Hey friends, so today we're going to be doing a paycheck to paycheck budget, and I want to do this because obviously you guys like these, because I have tons of views on these videos, and because I do want to do like a recap of this past week. So I have added up the money that we have available to us, and we have $2,630.67. And we're going to be budgeting from the 8th until the 14th. And keep in mind when we do these, it's pretty relative. And basically, I just do this to give us a general idea of what we have coming up and what the week will look like. It really does help me to kind of like better prepare for the week. So when I say it's relative, I mean we can bring in more income. We can, like, I can already tell you that we're going to get some money on the 12th, but I'm not going to add that in here because we don't have the money yet. Or I can tell you that my husband has a check to cash for $200, but I'm not going to add that in here because we don't have the money yet. We're just going to go with this. So when that money comes in, we then can decide what we want to do with it. We can put it towards debt, obviously, or we can figure out something else that we need to do with it. But as it is looking, we need to put every single extra dollar that we have towards debt. So we are going to be going from the 8th to the 14th. I'm doing this on this piece of paper because I refuse to keep using all of my good Happy Planner half sheets. So let's just start. So I can tell you tonight, much like every Friday night, we're going to get Chick-fil-A. So that is, I don't know what it's going to be, but I budget $20 for it. So we will do that for $20. Now tomorrow, we have to go to this party thing for my husband, and we're supposed to get free food. I feel like we should always budget. I'm learning that I should always budget for things just in case. So I think what I'm going to do is not budget for that though, because we're supposed to be getting money tomorrow instead of spending money. I think he's supposed to get like his bonus tomorrow, like his Christmas bonus. So I'm actually not going to budget for this particular excursion, but like going forward, I'm learning that I need to budget for things just to be on the safe side. But anyway, tomorrow, tonight, something at whatever point this weekend, my husband will probably want his allowance. So we're going to do mark allowance. That is, I'd say $20 and 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So if you're wondering about that, pretty much we kind of do our allowance on a weekly basis. I don't get an allowance now, but we were or have been trying to break that up a little bit and just get $20 a week as opposed to getting it all at the beginning of the month. Because let's say we get our $100 at the beginning of the month and we blow through it, which is fine. That's what we're supposed to do with it. But then what happens if we actually needed that money for something? I don't know. It makes sense for us to try to do it on a weekly basis. So that's what we try to do. So that's why he will be getting $20 this weekend. If he wants it. He might not even take it, but I budget for it anyway. And if he doesn't take it this weekend, of course, know that this budget is going into the 14th. So, I mean, he'll take it at whatever point, I'm sure. If not, that's perfectly fine too. So, one thing that we definitely need to budget for before I go any further is rent, because I'm looking and rent has not come out yet, and it probably won't until probably somewhere around here. But to be on the safe side, we're going to budget for it right now because chances are it's going to come out on the 15th or the 16th, but you just never know. So we're going to do rent and water, which is $570. So let's see where we're at currently, actually. So that's minus 20, minus 20, minus 570. So on Monday, I need to go somewhere, and it's going to require me to spend extra in gas. So instead of the 20 for gas, I'm actually going to do 30. Again, I drive a hybrid, so you know, gas is next to nothing for me. And somebody asked about my husband's gas being so cheap, but gas isn't cheap for him. Actually, I think it's like $15 more to fill up his tank than mine. He just doesn't drive nearly as far as I do for work. Like, I mean, not even like an eighth of the way. So that's why that's why he only fills up once a month. And so he is filled up, thankfully. But the next thing, I like to try to do grocery shopping on Monday as well. So we're going to do $50 for that. Now, whether we use all of the 50, I mean, it's a slim chance, but I like to budget 50 for it either way. Now, I don't remember if I subtracted 50 already, though. Let me see. Oh, well, it won't hurt to do it again. $1,940.67. And then, of course, we have personal trainers. So I'll just put personal trainer for $240. Leaves us with $1,700. And that's honestly all that I can think of. I'm pretty sure. So what we can do now is see how much we can put towards debt. And so I did make that transfer for the buffer for our account, so we don't have to worry about our account ever like going in the negative or anything like that because of a small human error. So I did make a transfer. It wasn't for $570, of course. I mean, not of course, but my husband thought that was not a good idea. So I was like, because he was like, why do we need a buffer of $570? Like, who does that? And I was just like, I don't know. So we just decided to go for a lesser amount, which kind of makes sense, because if we are checking our account and it's almost $600 in there, or whatever, we're going to think that we have money and we actually don't. So we made a tiny buffer. I think it was like $200 or something like that. So with that said, I am more comfortable with making debt payments. So I think for our car, for today, I can transfer, I'm going to say $1,600, because then we will have not only that little buffer in our account, but also $100.67, and that will cover like if I have to use a little bit more gas or I go over in groceries, because I'm okay. We can go over in groceries. We're just trying to do $200 for the month overall, or $50 a week. So that would account for anything like that. I also like to keep this number small. I'm torn because I like to keep like, I kind of like to keep the number large in case we have like a small emergency or something like that, and we can take care of, not like a small emergency, but like something that isn't quite an emergency. So like, let's say my husband needs a new tire, for example. That's technically not an emergency. That's not a life or death situation. It's just not a life or death situation, and we could carpool or whatever. So that's not an emergency. I would not go into our emergency fund for that. Actually, somebody would probably have to be really, really ill for me to go into my emergency fund. But that would cover, like, you know, something that isn't budgeted for, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So I kind of like it larger for that very reason, but I also kind of like it small because then we don't think that we have money. And then I feel comfortable that I have, like, if that's the case, if I make this transfer for $1,600 and I only have technically $100 in my account, then I know that I can't really, like, go off budget. So I can't really, like, do too much eating out or anything like that, because we don't really have that much money in our account. And so I'm comfortable though with the 100 because we already have that other buffer in our account. So I think I'm going to make a transfer for $1,600, which is exciting because this will be our first debt payment of the month. And hopefully we can do, I don't know what next week will bring, but hopefully we can just keep making, I don't know if we'll be able to make a debt payment next week, because all of these bills, these larger bills, are going to be due. So I don't know if that, well, I think we'll still be able to. We'll definitely be able to make some here. yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to make one this week because of all of these bills, but definitely these 2 weeks. But anyway, this is our paycheck to paycheck budget. As for this past week, my doctor copay was on point. It was $60, even with my new insurance. A cell phone, I did change that to $31 because if you guys remember, that bill was paid on the 30th of November. So this will technically be due on the 31st. So I just put that in there. So I really need to move this sticker, but because it's layered, I don't even know if that's going to like... And I don't really have any space for it down here anyway. We'll just leave it there. Yeah, I'll just have to make sure I'm remembering that. So, yeah, next week we have hopefully rent and then personal trainer. And then technically the electricity next week. And that was $88.82. Remember, well, I don't know if you guys remember, but I think on every dollar we budgeted $90, but it came in at $88.82 because I'm just good like that. And this is our expense tracker and what we spend our money on, which is eating out, eating out, eating out, eating out, eating out, eating out, and then eating out again today, and I just can't deal. I actually ate out earlier, but it was for free. And then we eat out tomorrow, but that's for free too. But I mean, just eating out and eating out. And we know that's our area of weakness, and that's where that's what we need to work on. But even still, we're technically under budget with that, and we just have to do better. We did do good this week. We tried to eat out, I guess aside from my husband's hiccup, I guess from the 3rd up until, well, I mean, we still did kind of good this week. I mean, we've been eating dinner at home. This was lunch. I had to get lunch, and I didn't plan well, so I had to get lunch. But we've been eating dinner at home all week, which is like good for us. But yeah, we got Pizza Hut. I went to Mexican by myself. I took a personal day. Of course, I don't have any allowance money, like, technically, so I couldn't go buy anything that I wanted. Like, not that I needed to buy anything, so I just went out to eat, basically, and I actually took something back to make up most of that money, so that's how that worked. And then, yeah, Taco Bell that same day. My personal trainer, like, watches, apparently. I mean, that's what he says. I don't know, like, if he's gonna see this, but, like, hopefully not. But anyway, then we went to our normal Sunday out to eat thing, I think, and then my husband took like a personal day and to copy me and went to McDonald's. His personal day was cheaper than mine. And then, yeah, I went to Subway yesterday because I didn't plan properly for lunch. But anyway, this is what the last week has looked like, and I'm just excited for the month to be over and our car to be paid off. So y'all, just, send some good vibes our way that we can get this car paid off. I think we will be able to, but it's just kind of stressful because we have, like, not that long until the 31st and it has to be paid off. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on. This is our weekly budget, and I hope that your guys' week went well, and I hope that next week will be prosperous for you guys, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.